Okay, final story of the day. This one's kind of a take on continuation of one I covered last night. So yesterday I talked about Disney Plus having been, well, having people looking for cancellations, right? Saying here that four times more people are trying to cancel Disney Plus over Netflix. And a lot of people in the comment section reminded me about the Disney hack, the sale of all of the Disney Plus accounts that was happening on the dark web. Because there's an article that popped up literally just a couple days ago saying thousands of hacked Disney Plus accounts are already for sale on hacking forums. And this was just a couple days after the release of Disney Plus. And so a lot of people out there were like, oh man, how did it happen? Oh my God, how's this going? Are we already going to get screwed? Blah, blah, blah. And it's just kind of a negative headline for Disney. So this is what it basically says. Hackers didn't waste any time having started hijacking Disney Plus user accounts hours after the service launched. Many of these accounts are now being offered for free on the hacking forums or available for prices varying from $3 to $11, according to a ZDNet investigation. That's interesting, right? They're selling the accounts, access to the accounts for a couple bucks. Because as soon as people figure out that you're on there, they're going to change their password and boot you off. So you spend a couple dollars, you get what do you want, basically. But Disney today pushed back on this narrative a bit. They actually said that no Disney Plus accounts were hacked due to evidence of a security breach. And the thing is, they have to do this. Like, they have to come out and address this because this could hurt their bottom line. When they say in the first day, right, keep in mind, they were estimating originally to have like 8 million people signed up by the end of the year, and they get 10 million in the first 24 hours. They cannot let that happen. They cannot let that any kind of negativity come out and screw that up. Now, it says thousands of Disney Plus accounts have reportedly been hacked and stolen and offered for sale on underground cybercrime forums. Disney has now responded saying that only a small percentage of the service's 10 million plus users have seen their usernames and passwords compromised, and that Disney Plus systems were not breached by hackers. Saying, we found no evidence of a security breach, Disney rep said in a statement. We continuously audit our security systems, and when we find an attempted suspicious login, we proactively lock the associated user account and then direct the user to select a new password, which seems pretty standard. But think about that. A lot of these accounts were being sold. So then the question becomes, how did it happen? Well, it's kind of dumb when you think about it. It says the response comes after a report by tech news site ZDNet that several thousand Disney Plus accounts were being offered for free on hacking forums. It's not clear how the credentials were poached, but the speculation is hackers gained access to accounts by using email and password combos leaked at other sites or by using keylogging malware. Now, Disney pointed out that the problem of cybercriminals stealing the usernames and passwords isn't unique to Disney Plus, saying billions of usernames and passwords are leaked from previous breaches at other companies predating the launch of Disney Plus are being sold on the web. In fact, it goes on to say here that currently there are over 80,000 compromised Netflix accounts for sale from one single market on offer for average of a one-time payment of $6. This is coming from Kila, an Israeli threat intelligence provider. Also, to put Disney Plus hacks into context, they appear vastly smaller in scope than security breaches that have affected the likes of Yahoo, which said saw upwards of 3 billion accounts were stolen several years ago, or Facebook, which said last year that hackers had accessed over 29 million users. So a few thousand people versus 29 million. We can kind of start seeing that ultimately there's a bit of hyperbole in regards to this, right? There's a bit of hyperbole when you address a situation. So when I talked about it yesterday with the 4 times as many people canceling, looking to cancel, getting information on canceling Disney Plus, it probably has a lot to do with the Verizon year that you get or the free trial that a lot of people got the first week and maybe they don't want to renew or maybe they just want to get through Mandalorian. It's really not that insane of a concept. But I think people out there are looking at it and they're trying to say like, oh, no. Clearly there was a data breach. Clearly this is what happened because we heard about it on an article from a couple days ago. But no, Disney takes its security pretty quick. It takes its security pretty well, pretty seriously. The problem with it is, though, is that so many people out there don't. So many people out there use the same email and the same password for practically everything. And people can just figure it out eventually. You know, it's like, I'll give you just a quick case in point. Back in 2008, before the presidential election, Sarah Palin, the vice president nomination for the Republican Party, had her Yahoo email hacked. And she was actually using that Yahoo email to conduct government business outside of her actual email that could have been easily looked at and, requested information from a FOIA. So she was sneaking around, right, using a non-private Yahoo account that some kid on 4chan hacked because he went there and he was like, he forgot the password. And it turns out the security question was, what's your grandfather's name? And he went to Wikipedia and he looked it up and he got into her email account. If someone's looking for something, they can get their way in. Plus, there are data breaches all the time. Remember the Ashley Madison one from a couple years ago? That basically that cheating website got hacked and leaked out there. We found out a lot of people were on board. These things happen all the time because people don't always take the extra step to protect themselves. This isn't Disney's fault, but it was kind of being teed up by a lot of people out there who are kind of anti-corporate Disney at this point and trying to use it as like another way to attack the company. It's not true. It's fake news. And I would very much believe what Disney is saying here because it just seems to make the most amount of sense. And when you approach something from an Occam's razor perspective, the simplest explanation is often the most truest. But anyway, as always, your thoughts and your opinions. This video is supported by patrons like you. If you'd like to become a patron, please head over to patreon.com/Matt Jarbo.